Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees to our weekly Bhagavatam study. So, till last week, we have been discussing the pastime of Samudra Manthan, and last Saturday, we discussed about a brief summary of what is going to happen in the future. After completing 6th Manvantara, starting from 7th Manvantara till the end of the 14th Manvantara, who are all the Manvantaras? What are all the Manvantaras? Who are all the 6 kind of people during each Manvantara? The Manu, Manuputras, Indra, Devatas, Saptarishis, and Manvantara Avatara. All these 6 types of people for 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, for this many Manvantaras is mentioned in the chapter 13. Then chapter 14 talks about what are the principal duties of these 6 category of people. What do they do, etc. Now, while describing that, there is a discussion that during the 7th Manvantara, the Manvantara Avatara is Lord Vamana, and he appeared to take the 3 planetary systems from Bali in the plea of begging 3 pairs of land, and he gives it to Purandara, who is the Indra for 7th Manvantara. So hearing that, he says, no, I want to hear about this entire pastime. Why briefly? You please tell me why, what, how Bali Maharaj gave charity to Lord Vamana, how Lord Vamana appeared, how he took charity. So why Indra got defeated by Bali, etc., etc. All such questions will be asked and all answers will be narrated from 15 to end of the canto. So from chapter 15-23, pastimes of Bali Maharaj and Lord Vamana Deva. It talks about the pastimes appeared during Vaivashvata Manvantara. So for so many chapters, so Lord Vamana becoming Trivikrama, this pastime is described. So now we'll start today and it will continue for many weeks. So Vamanadeva pastimes will continue. So in the 15th chapter, the 15th chapter describes how Bali Maharaja obtained a chariot and horses by performance of sacrifice, how he attained Swarga, and how the Devatas fled in fear. So Bali getting some equipments like chariot, armor, etc. And then he goes to Swarga to fight with Indra. But just by looking at Bali, the Devatas flee away. So what is the reason for all these things will be explained in this chapter. This is a small chapter. There are only few verses are there, 36 verses are there. So we'll try to discuss now. Sri Rajo Vacha.
Sri Rajo Uvacha.
Bale Padatrayam Bhume.
Pale Padatrayam Bhumi.
Kasmad Harira Ayachata.
Kasmat Harir Ayachata.
Bhuteshwara Kripanaval.
Bhuteshwara Kripanaval.
Labdhartopi Babandhatam.
Labdharthopi Babandhatam.
Etadvedutimichamo.
Etad Veditum Ichhamo.
Mahat Kautuhalam Hina.
Mahat Kautuhalam Vinaha.
Yagneshwarasya Purnasya.
Yagneshwarasya Purnasya.
Bandhanam Chapi Anagasha.
Bandhanam Chapi Anaghasha. Maharaj Parikshit inquired, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the proprietor of everything. Why did he beg 3 paces of land from Bali Maharaj like a poor man? And when he got the gift for which he had begged, Why did he nonetheless arrest Bali Maharaj? I am very much anxious to know the mystery of these contradictions.
Hmm. Little bit about what he heard in the previous chapter, and he might have heard in his lifetime also. So you want to know this pastime in great detail. That's why he's asking. The Supreme Lord is the proprietor of everything. Why did the Lord of all beings beg 3 pieces of land from Bali Maharaja like a poor man? What is the need for the Supreme Lord, who is the Lord of everything? Material and spiritual worlds are his own creation. He is Lakshmipati. Why he had to become a beggar and beg from Bali? And when he got the gift for which he had begged, why did he nonetheless arrest Bali Maharaj? Yes, he asked for 3 pairs of land, he got the entire universe. Still, he arrested Bali. Why? I am very anxious to know the begging and binding up of the Lord, binding up by the Lord, who is complete in himself and faultless. Because Bali could not fulfill his promise, the Lord bound him. So I want to know all these details. So like that, he is asking. So this entire chapter is answer to, not in the chapter, this entire section, chapter 15 to 23 is answer to this question. Sri Shuka Uvacha.
श्रीशुक उवाच
पराजितश्री अशुभिश्च हापितो
पराजितश्रीरसुभिश्च हापितो
इन्द्रेण राजन् भृगुभिस्तजीवितः
इन्द्रेण राजन् भृगुभिः सजीविता
सर्वात्मना तान्नभजद् भृगून् बली
सर्वात्मना तानभजद्भृगुन् बली
शिष्यो महात्मार्थनिवेदनेन
शिष्यो महात्मार्थनिवेदनेन. Shukadeva Goswami said, O king, when Bali Maharaj lost all his opulences and died in the fight, Shukracharya, a descendant of Bhrigu, brought him back to life. Because of this, the great soul Bali Maharaj became a disciple of Shukracharya and began to serve him with great faith, offering everything he had.
So now Sukadeva Goswami is narrating the entire pastime. O king, when Bali Maharaja lost all his wealth and became unconscious, Shukracharya, a descendant of Bhrigu, brought him back to life. Because of because of this, the great soul Bali Maharaja became a disciple of Shukracharya and began to serve him with great faith, offering to him everything he had. This is continuation from Samudramanthan episode. After the Samudramanthan episode was over, basically, when Mohinimurti came and distributed nectar only to the Devatas, the Asuras became very angry. They began to fight with Devatas, but Devatas became confident, powerful by drinking nectar. They easily defeated Asuras. Even they went to the extent of killing all the Asuras with a desire to exterminate the Asuras completely. But somehow Nardamuni comes in between and stops. No, no, don't do that. You have defeated them, na, be happy with that. So some of them died, some of them are injured, some of them are like less injured, more injured, something like that. So whoever were less injured, they took all the dead people and more injured people, carrying them all the way up to Shukracharya. And Shukracharya, utilizing his mystic potency and offering them medicinal herbs and all, revived everyone, including Bali. Because he revived all the Asuras became subservient or obedient towards Shukracharya, including Bali Maharaj. and they all serving Shukracharya very nicely and studying under Shukracharya, and they are under the care of Shukracharya. And Bali Maharaj became completely sold out servant of Shukracharya, and whatever he had in the Asurloka, and of course, previously was ruling over the entire universe, sitting on the throne of Indra, but now he had given up. He was defeated. So whatever he opulences he had in the Asurloka, they are there. All that whatever he had, he offered it to Shukracharya and serving him, offering himself to Shukracharya, and he was serving him. Bali Maharaja lost his wealth in the fight with the Devatas, and his life heirs abandoned him. In one sense, Ha Pitaha, he became unconscious. He was almost dead in the battle. But Shukracharya revived him. So Bali Maharaj was so grateful for this. So in that way. Tam Brahmana Bhruguva Tam Brahmana Bhrugavaha Priyamana
Tam Brahmana Bhrugavah Priyamana
Ayajayan Vishwajita Trinakam
Ayajayan Vishvijata Trinakam
Jijishamanam Vidinabhisincha
Jigishamanam Vidina Vishishcha
Mahabhishekena Mahanubhavaha.
Mahabhishekena Mahanubhavaha. The Brahmana descendants of Bhrigu Muni were very pleased with Bali Maharaj, who desired to conquer the kingdom of Indra. Therefore, after purifying him and properly bathing him according to regulative principles, they engaged him in performing the yajna known as Vishwajit.
The Brahmana descendants of Bhrigu were very pleased with Bali Maharaja, who desired to conquer the kingdom of Indra. Obviously, Indra defeated Bali Maharaj. So now Bali Maharaj want to counter attack and defeat Indra, because both of them worked hard for churning the milk ocean and get Amrita, but only Devatas had Amrita. So Bali Maharaj was feeling that injustice. How can I tolerate the injustice? I want to wage war against Indra once again and defeat him and dethrone him from the throne of heaven. Something like that. Since he became sold out servant of Bhrigu, all Bhrigu's other disciples, Bhrigu's descendants, Bhrigu's sons, no, not Bhrigu, Shukracharya's sons and others, all those people. Therefore, after purifying him and properly bathing him according to regulative principles, they engaged him in performing the Vishwajit sacrifice. Because all the descendants of Bhrigu, Shukracharya and other his associates, they all became very happy with Bali's surrender, because he had a desire that he want to conquer Indra. They performed a Vishwajit Yajna. The result of this Yajna is, without fighting, one can conquer the entire universe. That is the result. No need to fight. Just Yajna karo, you will become the monarch of the entire universe. So that is Vishwajit Yajna. So they performed this wonderful Vishwajit Yajna. From that, he obtained so many wonderful paraphernalia. Tato rata kanchana patanando
Tato ratah kanchana pattanadho
hayasya haryashvaturanga varna
Haryascha haryashva turanga varnah
Dvajasya simhena virajamano
Dhvajascha simhena virajamano
Hutashanada sahavirvirishat.
Hutashanadasa havir ishtat. When ghee, clarified butter, was offered in the fire of sacrifice, there appeared from the fire a celestial chariot covered with gold and silk. There also appeared yellow horses, like those of Indra, and a flag marked with a lion.
So now, what all articles he obtained from the yajna? From the fire worshipped with oblations, there arose a wonderful chariot covered with gold and silk. The entire chariot is decorated with Kanchana Patta Naddo, gold and silk. There also appeared yellow horses, Hayascha Haryeshwa Turanga Varna. The horses were yellow color. There also appeared yellow horses like those of Indra. Indra also seems to be having yellow horses, so he also attended yellow horses, and a flag marked with a lion. So Dvajasya Simhena Virajamano, Simhadvaja. The flag marked with lion he obtained. A beautiful chariot decorated with gold and silken garments and yellow horses and the emblem consisting of a lion, indicating his power. So in that way. Then what else? Not only the chariot, many other things also came. Let us see. Dhanushya divyam puratopanadham
धनुश्च दिव्यं पुरटोपनद्धम्
तूनावरिकत् तूनावरिक्तौ कवचं च दिव्यम्
तूणावरिक्तौ कवचं च दिव्यम्
पितामहस्तस्य ददौ च मालाम्
पितामहस्तस्य ददौ च मालाम्
अम्लानपुष्पां जलजं च शुक्रः
अम्लानपुष्पां जलजं च शुक्रा. A glided bow, two quivers of infallible arrows, and celestial armor also appeared. Bali Maharaja's grandfather, Prahlad Maharaj, offered Bali a garland of flowers that would never fade, and Shukracharya gave him a conch.
A gilded bow, धनुश्च दिव्यम, मतलब है एक डिवाइन bow, two infallible quivers, tunav arikto. Tunav arikto means the quiver which will never become empty. So basically, the warriors who fight with bow and arrow, there is a arrow holder behind their shoulder. So Arjuna is called as Savasachi. It's basically when somebody is holding the bow with left hand, with right hand he takes the arrow from behind. On the right shoulder, the holder will be there. In that, so many arrows will be there. You take one by one, shoot like that. For example, for example, if there are 100 arrows, maybe sometime it will take to complete 100 arrows. That becomes empty. You can't fight anymore. But Arjuna had Akshaya Turi. Akshaya Turi matlab, you remove one, one will come extra. You remove one more, another one will come. The Turi is always full. It will never become empty. So Arjuna is Sabyasachi. He would fight with left hand, also he would fight with right hand. When he was fighting with right hand, the right shoulder Turi, he would take arrows. When he would fight with left hand, the left shoulder Turi, from that he will take arrows. Same way, Bali Maharaj also seems to be Sabyasachi. Would fight with both the hands. So he had got two infallible quivers. Tunav Ariktau. So in that way. And also a celestial armor. Kavacham cha divyam. A divya kavach, divya dhanush, divya turi, and divya kavach. All these things appeared. Bali Maharaj's grandfather, that is Prahlad Maharaj, offered Bali a garland of flowers that would never fade.
So ultimately, Bali Maharaj already died. He again brought to life. So being a grandfather, he came back to see Prahlad. So he was very happy to see Prahlad again came back to life. So he is performing yajna. So at that time, Prahlad Maharaj offered a flower garland which will never fade. This is basically a divine flower garland which will never fade. Because his grandson died almost and again came back to life, so he should be happy. So he was very happy for that. So he was offering him a garland. So in that way, and Shukracharya gave him a conch shell. Amlana Pushpan. Okay, Jalajam cha Shukra. Jalajam means that which is produced from the water. This conch shell we obtained from water only. So in that way, it is also called Jalaja. So he offered a conch shell. There was chariot, there was flag, there are horses, there is a bow, there are akshaturis, there is kavach, and there is a garland and conch shell. These are the main essential things for a warrior. So all these things are there. Of course, other than garland, remaining all very much essential for a warrior who is going for a fight. Garland is like parental affection. So in that way, we can take. Then what? एवं सविप्राजितयोधनार्तस्
एवं स विप्राजितयोर्धनार्थस्
तैकल्पिता स्वस्तयनोत विप्रान्
स्थैकल्पिता स्वस्तयनोऽथ विप्रान्
प्रदक्षिणीकृत्य कृता प्रणामः
प्रदक्षिणीकृत्य कृतः प्रणामः
प्रह्रादमामन्त्र नमश्चकार
प्रहरादमामन्त्रनमश्चकार. When Maharaj Bali had thus performed the special ritualistic ceremony advised by the Brahmanas and had received by their grace the equipment for fighting, he circumambulated the Brahmanas and offered them obeisances. He also saluted Prahlad Maharaj and offered obeisances to him.
So then he was supposed to go for the battle. How he is going for the battle? When Maharaja Bali had thus performed the spiritual rites advised by the Brahmanas and had received by their grace the equipment for fighting, he circumambulated the Brahmanas and offered them obeisances. Having received all these things, he was so happy, so happy. He is expressing his gratitude to all the Brahmanas by circumambulating them and offering full dandavat. He also saluted Prahlad Maharaja and offered obeisances to him. He offered obeisance to his grandfather Prahlada, who came all the way from so far. So in that way, he expressed his gratitude to all the Brahmanas who performed this Vishwajit Yajna and obtained for him wonderful chariot, horses, bow, arrows, and Akshayaturi and conch shell, etc., etc., etc. He was so grateful to all of them.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Prabhuji, this war in which the Bali Maharaj has become dead was that war which happened after Samudra Manthan episode between demigods and asuras. That in
Yes.
that war Bali Maharaj had died.
Yes, yes,
And
just after Samudra Manthan. Yeah.
And before this war, Shukracharya was not the guru of demons. It is after that when he revived Bali Maharaj from the dead situation. Then after that, he became the guru of demons.
See, in one sense, Shukracharya by default is the guru of all the asuras. But that doesn't mean that Shukracharya personally had to teach every time. Shukracharya himself will have so many sons and others who will teach in general. So even it is said that even when Virochana was ruling, when he died, that time Bali was under school. Bali was studying. So he was already in school. May not be directly under the supervision of Shukracharya, but some other teachers might be teaching him, etc. etc. But now, this is life and death situation. So the Shukracharya's other family members, other friends and relatives may not be having that ability to revive a dead person that Shukracharya himself might have had. So now, even though previously might have studied, he and other asuras might have studied in the same school, but might be studying from other people. But now, because it is a life and death question, Shukracharya came into picture and he himself nurtured all the asuras and brought them back to life. And so that could be like a special consideration that could have happened. So in that way, we can see.
Okay. And,
Hmm.
and probably there is one thing which I'm not understanding in this is like we say that life and death is in the hands of the Lord. Like
Hmm.
everyone's, they say now that it is not even in the years, it is in the breaths. That everyone's breaths are decided, predestined, how much breath one will have. That is how yogi extend their life by taking, breathing less often and taking deep breaths and all like that. So, like how a person uh, who is having such a capacity to revive a person who is already dead by means how it is to be understood means is it not going against the laws of the Lord or still anyone has such capacities or only Shukracharya had and how could then he have it? All these questions are there.
See, there could be some exceptions. In general, no one can. But there are some people who attain those siddhis by their sadhana, by their tapasya. So Shukracharya is one such person who had that particular ability. Even it seems that Devatas also did not have this ability.
Yeah.
They have Bhrugu, not Bhrugu. Bruhaspati sent his son. His son name is Kacha. Kacha came to Shukracharya, disguising himself as a student, and he was studying under Shukracharya. In order to gain the confidence of Shukracharya and learn this Murta Sanjeevani Vidya. Finally, Shukracharya taught him.
Oh.
At one point of time, there was because the Asuras came to know that he is the son of Bruhaspati. He came to learn this Vidya. So this is detrimental karke. They used to kill him. They used to kill Shukracharya, the Kacha. But by the way, while he was in the Gurukul, his daughter, Shukracharya's daughter Devayani, made friends with Kacha and she loved him so much. She wanted to marry him. Kacha would always say that, no, 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 I am from separate category. Your father will not agree for our marriage. Please, please don't have this kind of hopes. But still, Devayani would always insist that I want to marry you, I want to marry you. That much thick closeness was there. So when Kacha would go for taking care of the cows in the daytime, other asuras would come and kill him. So in the evening, she would wait. Devayani would wait for Kacha to return. When Kacha did not return, she would go and complain to her father. My dear father, Kacha did not come. Please do something to bring him back. So Shukracharya had to bring him back. Even though he was died, he would chant mantras, he would do something, and Kacha would get up and come back home. At one point of time, they killed Kacha. They burnt him into ashes. That ash was mixed with some liquor, and that liquor was given to Shukracharya. Shukracharya, without knowledge, he drank that liquor. He was okay. And night, again, Devayani complained. So where is Kacha? Kacha did not come. So Shukracharya went into meditation. Then he understood that other asuras killed him and put him in the liquor. That liquor was given to him. Now, previously, if he was dead somewhere, Shukracharya was reviving. Now the Kacha is in the abdomen of Shukracharya. If Shukracharya revives Kacha, Shukracharya will die because he will come out cutting the tearing apart the abdomen. Otherwise, Kacha will die. So that's how Devatas put Shukracharya in fix. If you want to save Kacha, he will die. Otherwise, his daughter Kacha will die. So something like that. Because the allied rank, it will digest very soon. But Devayani insisted, no, you have to bring in. No way, you have to bring him. Then Shukracharya told Kacha that, my dear son, you are within my home. I will teach you this Mutasanjivani Vidya, by which I will teach you, and by with that I will bring you out. Then I will die. When you come out of my abdomen, I will die. But using that Mutasanjivani Vidya, you have to revive me. So like that, Shukracharya taught Kacha the Mutasanjivani Vidya. He learnt by that Vidya. He came out of the womb and the abdomen of Shukracharya. Shukracharya died. Using the same Vidya, he revived Shukracharya. Then, in due course of time, when Kacha was approached by Devayani, she said, no, now you have to marry. Bahut late ho gaya, abhi bahut samay ho gaya, your education also complete, you have to marry me. Then Kacha told, I told you in the beginning only, don't have any feelings for me because I am from Bruhaspati's family. Your father will never agree for our marriage. She said, I do nothing to worry about my father. I want to marry you. Then she said, you are so passionate. You will be married to a Kshatriya who is also passionate. I'm a Brahmana, I'm self-content, I'm not interested in marriage. I want to remain as a brahmachari. So like that, Kacha went back. That is the reason Devayani married to Yayati Maharaj, who is a Kshatriya. Even though she is a Brahmani, she is the daughter of Shukracharya, she married to Yayati, a Kshatriya. So like that, it seems only Shukracharya knew this Mutha Sanjivani Vidya. Even Brihaspati did not know. Devata sent Brihaspati's son Kacha to learn this Vidya from Shukracharya. So some
So
people
all
by
the,
their sadhana they attain.
so all those days when he was in Shukracharya's ashram, that time he didn't teach him. But because of these incidents, he had to teach him like that.
He had to teach
So,
him.
so when he went back, that means in Devata's cult also, the Kacha was knowing the Mrita Sanjeevani Vidya, na? Like,
Yes. Kacha
so,
knew that Vidya afterwards.
so did he use, because anytime such, means at least I have not come across the such incidences where it was used and any Devatas were revived like that.
Even I also don't know what happened to Kacha afterwards, whether he's still alive or he attended liberation or perfect, whatever, what happened to him, I don't know. The story I read in Mahabharata, I just remembered
Okay.
it since you asked.
And Prabhuji, like the gurus used to drink liquor, Prabhuji, or they are demons gurus, so they can do such demonic activity.
Shukracharya used to drink liquor, not everyone.
That's what means, because he was the demons guru. That is why
Yeah.
he also had some demonic
Even
qualities.
Vishwarupa also used to drink liquor because his mother is from demon side.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for all this reference. Yeah, thank you.
रम्यानुपवन रूपवनोद्यानै.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, the 8th shlok, no?
8th shloka.
Yes.
Okay. Looks like I did not put that shloka. So after this directly 12th shloka is coming. Okay, just give me a minute. I will read the 8th shloka also. I'll open the book. So I think I cut one slide. I did not keep. This is Canto 8. Eight, 15, 8. अतारुह्य रथं दिव्यं
अथारुह्य रथं दिव्यं
भृगुदत्तं महारथः
भृगुदत्तं महारथः
शुश्रग्धरोत सन्नह्य
सुस्रग्धरोऽथ सन्नह्य
धन्वी खड्गी द्रुतेषु दिः
धन्वी खड्गे धृतेषुधिः
हेमाङ्गदालतस्बाहो
हेमाङ्गदलसद्बाहु
स्फुरन्मकरकुण्डलः
स्फुरन्मकरकुण्डलः
रराजारतमारूढो
रराजरथमारूढो
कृष्णस्ता इव हव्यवात्
धिष्णत्यस्त इव हव्ययात्. Then, after getting on the chariot given by Shukracharya, Bali Maharaj, decorated with a nice garland, put protective armor on his body, equipped himself with a bow, and took up a sword and a quiver of arrows. When he sat down on the seat of the chariot, his arms decorated with golden bangles, and his ears with sapphire earrings, he shone like a worshipable fire.
So all that as he after circumambulating them, he climbed onto the chariot. He was getting ready to go to heaven to fight with Indra and defeat him. So at that time, what was his appearance is being described here. So here it says, just 1 minute. Then after getting on the chariot given by Shukracharya, Bali Maharaja decorated with a beautiful garland, put protective armor on his body, equipped himself with a bow, and took up a sword and a quiver of arrows. When he sat down on the seat of the chariot, his arms decorated with golden bangles, and his ears with sapphire earrings, he shone like a fire on the altar. So after offering obeisances to Shukracharya and other Brahmanas who performed yajna, expressing their gratitude, after offering obeisance to Prahlad Maharaj, who came there to see his revived grandson and also offered him nice garland, flower garland. So he wore the armor, took the bow, he took the quivers, and he also put on the garland given by his grandfather, and he climbed onto the chariot. Now he looks like fire with all these things. That is golden armor, obviously fire. There should be a golden mukut and flowers. They are also like fire, lotus flowers. They are like fire only. And golden bow. And entire chariot also covered with gold and silken garments. And there is a yellow horses. So in one sense, the chariot, the horses, the armor, the mukut, the bow, the arrows, the akshaturi, the sword, everything is golden color. The whole thing looks like brightly shining sun. May not be midday sun, but early morning and evening, as sun is transforming from crimson to white, in between there is yellow shade, like that. So he was looking like fire on the altar. So along with the chariot, he himself is looking like the fire, because the entire thing is gold only, brightly shining like the sun and looking like the fire. And with that brightness, he began to move forward. So like that. Next, what happened? Tulyaishwarya balasribihi
तुल्यैश्वर्यबलश्रीभिः
swayuter aityayutapai
स्वयुक्ते दैत्ययुपते युत्पते
pibadbirivakam drugbir
पिद पिबद्भिरेव कं दृग्भिर्
dahasbi paridiniva
दहद्भि दहद्भिः परिधिनीवा
vruto vikarshan mahatim
वृतो विकर्षन् महती
asurim dvajinim vibhu
आसुरीं ध्वजनिं विभु
ययाव इंद्रपुरीं स्वर्धाम श्रुद्धाम
ययाव इन्द्रपुरीं श्रद्धां
कंपयन् इव रोदसी
कम्पयन् इव रोदसी. When he assembled with his own soldiers and the demon chiefs, who were equal to him in strength, opulence, and beauty, they appeared as if they would swallow the sky and burn all directions with their vision. After thus gathering the demoniac soldiers, Bali Maharaj departed for the opulent capital of Indra. Indeed, he seemed to make the entire surface of the world tremble.
Hmm. So after Bali boarded the chariot, all other Asura warriors also boarded their respective chariots, and their chariots are also as bright as Bali's chariot. Now everyone is so confident that Bali performed Vishwayidya Yajna. He received the blessings of Shukracharya. Now we can conquer the entire universe. Then what to speak of Indra? They are so confident, so confident. They are all brightly shining like different fires. It's like all the Asura soldiers gathered together and headed by Bali Maharaj. They all march towards heaven, Indra's abode, to defeat Indra. Because Devatas, with the help of Mohini Murti, they cheated. Only they took the Amrita. They did not give us any Amrita. We worked very hard and they enjoying the nectar. What is this? What kind of injustice is this? So we will not let them enjoy the heaven. Even though they might have enjoyed Amrita, but will not let them enjoy the heaven. So heaven is ours. So we rightfully defeated previously. We will again defeat now. They are so confident that they happily march towards heaven. So in that way, surrounded by the soldiers, Bali went to Indra city. So Paradin means directions. As they were going towards heaven, because they were so confident, army is so big, the entire pathway is trembling. So in that way. Now, as they are entering into Swarga, the Swarga is described. So what kind of Swarga they are entering into it? In the seventh canto, when Hiranyakashipu also defeated Indra, as Hiranyakashipu was ruling over the entire universe being situated in Swarga, that time also there was a discussion about Swarga. Same way now Bali Maharaj is also entering into Swarga to defeat Indra. The discussion about Swarga is coming. So the reason is people might say that hey, these are all metaphorical, these are not real, there is no Swarga, there is no Indra's abode, there is no Amarati, no, you not this, not that. No. Here see the discussion. See the description. There is Swarga, there are palaces, there are roads, there are buildings, there are people, everything is real. Nothing is metaphorical or nothing is illusory or imaginary or simply fairy tale. No, they are there. Because again and again the descriptions come indicate when they are coming that indicates they're actually there. That is the reason. रम्याम् उपवनोद्याने
रम्याम् उपवनोद्याने
श्रीमद्भिर्नन्दनादिभिः
श्रीमद्भिर्नन्दनादिभिः
कूजद्विहङ्गमिथुनैर्
पूजद्विहङ्गमिथुनैर्
गायन्मत्ता मधुव्रतै
गायन्मत्तमधुव्रतैः
प्रवालाफलपुष्पोरु
प्रवालफुलपुष्पोरु
भार शाकामरद्रुमै
भारशाखामरद्रुमै. King Indra's city was full of pleasing orchards and gardens, such as the Nandana gardens. Because of the weight of the flowers, leaves, and fruits, the branches of the eternally existing trees were bending down. The gardens were visited by pairs of chirping birds and singing bees. The entire atmosphere was celestial.
King Indra's city was attractive with pleasing forests and gardens such as the Nandana garden filled with desolate trees whose branches were heavy with fruits, flowers and shoots and endowed with intoxicated humming bees and couples of chirping birds. The entire heaven is full of greenery. Forests are there, gardens are there, Nandana garden is there, trees are there, flowers are there, fruits are there, and then what else? Humming bees are there, honey bees are there, and chirping birds are there. So it indicates that it is a place of inhabitants of different variety of beings. In that way, we have to understand. The city was pleasant with deathless trees. These are Amara Vruksha, deathless trees. Just like Devatas live for so long for one mantra, the trees also can live that long, it seems. Amara Vruksha, whose branches were heavy with fruits, flowers, and shoots. See, Amaradruma, the last word, Amaradruma. All these trees are Amaradrumai. So these are heavenly trees, and their lifespan is also very long, like Devatas seems to be. Then what else? There is a discussion about the trees and all is there. Trees and fruits, flowers, and also honeybees and all is there. Then what else? Hamsasarasa Chakravaha
Hamsasarasa
Karandava Karandava Kula Kula
Karandava Kula Kulaha
Nalinyo Yatra Kridanti
Nalinyo Yatra Kridanti
Pramada Surasevita.
Pramadaha Surasevitaha. Beautiful women, protected by the demigods, sported in the gardens which had lotus ponds full of swans, cranes, chakravaks, and duck.
On the pathway, Bali and other asuras saw the gardens surrounded by ponds full of swans, cranes, chakravakas, ducks, and also the ladies. So on the way, there are so many gardens and also so many lakes are there. The lakes are filled with swans, Hamsa, Sarasa, Chakravaha, Karandava, Kulakula, etc. Swans, cranes, Chakravahas, and ducks. And also, the heavenly ladies are also bathing in those water ponds. In the gardens, there were ponds where women played. So, like that. Then, what else? Akashagangaya Devya
आकाशगङ्गया देव्या
Vratam Parikabhutayah
मृतां परिकभूतया
Prakarenagnivarnena
प्राकारेण अग्निवर्णेन
साट्टालेनोन्नतेन च
साटालेनोत्रणेन च. The city was surrounded by trenches full of Ganges water, known as Akash Ganga, and by a high wall, which was the color of fire. Upon this wall were parapets for fighting.
After crossing through forests, after crossing through gardens, after crossing through ponds, now they are approaching the city. So what is there in the city? The city was surrounded by channels full of Akasha Ganga, which acted as a moat, and by high walls, which had the color of fire, with high watchtowers. The entire city was surrounded by Akasha Ganga. That Ganga, which is coming from the top of the universe, it is surrounding the entire heaven, and it is acting like a moat, protective moat. After crossing that moat, they saw the huge boundary walls, the protective walls of the entire heaven. And in between here and there are some entrances which have got lot of huge watchtowers. Inside the huge walls, there are watchtowers. From there, the the policemen or the soldiers would be seeing and be vigilant. Anybody intruder is coming inside like that, they would be observing always. So in that way. Details of the city are given. The Akasha Ganga acted as a moat. Parika Bhutaya. Anybody has any doubt here?
No, Prabhu.
No doubt. See here in
No,
this
Prabhu.
description, Akasha Ganga is mentioned. But after this, Lord Vamana will appear, and because of Lord Vamana, Ganga will come into the universe. Right now, Akasha Ganga, which is surrounding the entire heaven, is there. But later on, it is because of Lord Vamana, Ganga will enter into our universe. And Ganga starting from Satyaloka, it is coming all the way up to Jambudipa, which we studied in 5th canto, and which we are going to study now in this upcoming chapters also. When Lord Vamana becomes Trivikrama, his toenail touches the universal shell, and the Karana ocean, which is outside the universe, enters into our universe and flows downward like Ganga. And that Ganga also again comes to Swarga, becomes Akash Ganga, etc. So how to understand this? any any thoughts?
Prabhuji, maybe the pastimes of the Lord are eternal, no? So in the previous kalpas, if such pastimes had happened, then that Ganga is still flowing in the Swarga as Akash Ganga, because that time we had discussed now that Ganga in upper planetary system it is called Akash Ganga. Then here she is Bhagirathi, and in the lower planetary system. I forgot the name. It is named
Bhogavati. It is called Bhogavati.
Bhagavati, yeah. So, is it like that? That means in the pastimes, which Lord's pastimes keep repeating, now means with some alterations in here and there. So, is it that from the previous kalpas, this Akash Ganga is flowing there?
No. Previous kalpa, how? At the beginning of the day, Brahma recreates. So not that Ganga is always there, but later on it might have disappeared. See now, this is just seventh mantra just began. So Lord Vamana will appear in the seventh Chaturyuga. So after this fight, when the Devatas were defeated, they fled away from Swarga. A long time might have passed in between, during which the Ganga might have disappeared. Again, through the intervention of Vamana, Ganga made his reappearance. So like that we can take. Right now Ganga is there, but after some time, as Asuras were ruling over the entire universe, led by Bali Maharaj, the Ganga might have disappeared. Then later on, through the intervention of Vamana, Ganga might have reappeared and restarted flowing. So like that we can think of.
Oh, means because of the Asuras taking up the Swarga, she disappeared like that.
Exactly, we don't know. They might be ruling for a long time. So during that course of time, Ganga disappeared.
Okay.
So like that we can consider.
So I was having this one doubt, Prabhuji, like at many places we see, means throughout the Bhagavatam, na, that many times demigods have been defeated by the demons and they take over like that. So, like, is it that actually asuras are powerful, but because the demigods have the power of devotion for the Supreme Lord, and that is why they always remain protected in spite of means they may be less what we say in their virya or in their shaurya, they may be lesser than demons, but they were protected because of their devotion to Lord. Is it like that? Because so many times we are seeing that they get defeated.
See, every time when they were defeated, the opponent party for the time being was specially empowered. They got defeated by Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Meghanath. Such kind of people who are specially empowered by them only they were defeated. Normally, Devatas are also equally powerful like Asuras because both Asuras and Devatas are the children of Kashyapa Muni through different mothers. They are like siblings only. Siblings will have same powers. The mentality may be different. Somebody may be personal, selfish. Others may be devotees. But they are siblings only in that way. They are like cousin brothers, not cousin, step brothers. So they are of same capacity. But when somebody is especially empowered, previously Indra drank Amrita, he became specially empowered. So he defeated the Asuras. Now Bali was blessed with that Vishuddhi Yajna. He is specially empowered, so he will easily defeat Indra. So normally both of them are equally powerful, but with some special empowerment, one becomes superior to other. Like that we can take.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
So let us see what happened next. Rukma patta kapataischa someone can repeat. Rukma patta kapataischa
रुक्म रुक्मपट्टाकपाटैश्च
द्वारै स्फटिक गोपुरै
द्वारैः स्फटिकगोपुरैः
जुष्टां विभक्त प्रपताम्
दृष्टां विभक्तप्रपतां
विश्वकर्मा विनिर्मिताम्.
विश्वकर्मा विनिर्मिताम्. The doors were made of solid gold plates, and the gates were of excellent marble. These were linked by various public roads. The entire city had been constructed by Vishwakarma.
Hmm. The city built by Vishwakarma was divided by broad roads and had crystal gates and entrances with golden doors. So the entire city was specially constructed with huge doors and huge roads and special entrances and with special doors, etc., etc., etc. Because it is heaven, it cannot be sada sida. It should be special. Gopura means a gate to the city. It was divided by wide roads. Next. Sabha Chatvara Rattadhyayam Hare Krishna. Someone can repeat?
Yes.
Sabha Chatvar Ratyadhyam
सभाचत्वररथ्याढ्याम्
Vimaner Narbudair Yutam
विमानैर्न्य बुधैयुताम्
Shrungataker Manimayer
शृङ्गाटकैः मणिमैः
Vraja Vidruma Vedibihi.
रजविद्रुम अवेदिभिः. The city was full of courtyards, wide roads, assembly houses, and not less than 100 million airplanes. The crossroads were made of pearl, and there were sitting places made of diamond and coral.
The city's further discussion is mentioned here. The city was full of courtyards, smaller roads, resting areas, and not less than 100 million airplanes. Narbudair, Vimaner. Every person lives in the heaven will have a airplane for their residence and for their travel. Their home itself is a airplane. So at least 100 million airplanes are there. 100 million means 10 crore airplanes. So in that way we can take. Sometimes people say, now how many devatas are there in the heaven? 3.3 crore devatas we say. So 3.3 crore devatas, principal devatas, and also along with their family members and all, total at least minimum 10 crore airplanes are there without any issue. So that many people are there. But it is not that each airplane only one person. No. Each airplane we can think of 5 to 10 persons. So 10 crore into 10, 100 crore people are there. Even very, very easily, even much more than that. What to speak of 100 crore. The jeweled crossroads had sitting places made up of diamond and coral. So in that way. Sabha means a place to rest. Chatvara means a crossroad. Ratya means a smaller road. So these are like different ways to describe. Yatra nityavayorupa
Yatra nityavayorupa
Shama virajavasasaha
Shyama virajavasasa
Brajante rupavannaryo
Rajante rupavannaryo
Hi archibiriva vahnayaha.
Vri Archi Biriba Vayahu. Everlastingly beautiful and youthful women who were dressed with clean garments glittered in the city like fires with flames. They all possess the quality of Shama.
So then the ladies of the heaven were described. Everlastingly beautiful and youthful women known as Shama, who were dressed with clean garments, shone in the city like fires with flames. The women were looking like fire flames all over the heaven. A Shama woman is a woman who has warm limbs during the cold and cool limbs during the hot season, and whose form is very firm. So the description of the heavenly ladies is mentioned here. So now, as they went further, whom they saw? Surastri Kesha Vibrashta
सुरस्त्रीकेश विभ्रष्ट
Nava Saugandhika Srujam
नवसौगन्धिकस्त्रजाम्
Yatra Modam Upadaya
यत्रामोदमुपादाय
Marga Avati Marutaha.
Marga avati maruta. The breezes flowing on the streets of the city bore the fragrance of the flowers falling from the hair of the woman of the demigods.
The breezes blowing in the streets of the city bore the fragrance of the flowers falling from the hair of the Devata woman. As as Bali Maharaj and other warriors were going on, the ladies were on both the sides. The breezes which are going forward, they carried the fragrance from the flowers that were worn by all these ladies, and like that they would smell the wonderful fragrance of the flowers. So on the way, in that way. हेमजालाक्ष निर्गच्छद्
हेमजालाक्ष निर्गच्छ
धूमेना गुरुगन्धिना
धूमेन गुरुगन्धिना
पाण्डुरेण प्रतिच्छन्न
पाण्डुरेण प्रतिच्छन्न
मार्गे यान्ति सुरप्रिया.
मार्गे यान्ति सुरप्रिया. Apsaras passed on the streets, which were covered with the white, fragrant smoke of aguru incense, emanating from windows with golden filigree.
Apsaras passed on the streets, which were covered with white, fragrant smoke of agaru incense, emanating from windows with golden filigree. So basically, the ladies were there on the both the sides of the main road because they were wearing flower garlands, the flower garlands on their hair or on their neck that is emitting fragrance because the breezes it is carried all the way up to the warriors that is there. And also from the heavenly homes, the agaru scent is coming out because agaru is getting burned inside their homes. Like agarbatti, today we have agarbatti, that time it is agaru. So in that way, that is being burnt in their respective homes, it is coming out and it is smelled by warrior, the soldiers who are going on the road. The smoke came from the golden lattices of window. Surapriya means apsaras. Next. Mukta vitanair manihema ketubir.
मुक्तावितानैर्मणिहेम केतुभिः
नाना पताका वलभिरावृतम्.
नानापताकावलभिभिरावृतम्
शिखण्डिपारावतभृङ्गनाडिताम्.
शिखण्डिपारावतभृङ्गनादिताम्
वैमानिकश्रीकलगीतमङ्गलाम्.
वैमानिकस्त्रीकलगीतमङ्गलाम्. The city was shaded by canopies decorated with pearls, and the domes of the palaces had flags of pearls and gold. The city always resounded with the vibrations of peacock, pigeons, and bees. And above the city flew airplanes full of beautiful women who constantly chanted auspicious songs that were very pleasing to the ear.
The city was shaded by canopies decorated with pearls, and the turtles of the palaces had flags of jewels and gold. The city always resounded with the vibrations of peacocks, pigeons, and bees. And above the city flew aeroplanes full of beautiful women who chanted auspicious songs. The city description further given. So, lot of buildings were there. All the buildings will have canopies which are bedecked with jewels and all the different gold and other things. And there are so many uh, birds which are flying everywhere and making noises. On top of that, the vimanas are filled with ladies, and the ladies were singing auspicious songs, etc., etc. So entire area is vibrant. The city was covered with turrets having flags and banners made up of jewels and gold, and with canopies made up of pearls. So the entire city is so beautiful to look at. That is what we have to understand. Next, what else? Mrudanga Shanka Nakadundu Bishwanai
मृदङ्गशङ्खानकदुन्दुभीष्वनैः
Satalavena Murajeshta Venubihi
सतालवीणामुरजेष्टवेणुभिः
Nrutyai Savadyai Rupaveda Gitakai
नृत्यैः सवाद्यैरुपदेव गीतकैः
Manoramam Swaprabhava Prabhaya Prabham
मनोरमां स्वप्रभया जितप्रभाम्. The city was filled with sounds of mridangas, conch shells, kettle drums, flutes, and well-tuned stringed instruments all playing in concert. There was constant dancing and the Gandharvas sang. The combined beauty of Indrapuri defeated beauty personified.
So basically, in addition to the ladies singing on the airplanes and the surface, also the Gandharvas are singing, Apsaras are dancing, and they are also playing lot of wonderful instruments. In that way, the entire city was full of vibrance. So in that way, the city was attractive with the sounds of mrudangas, conches, kettle drums, with flutes keeping beat to stringed instruments and tambourines, with the dancing accompanied by the instrumental music and with Gandharva singing. The beauty of Indrapuri defeated the beauty personified. The whole city looking very beautiful with all the wonderful music, dancing, etc. etc. That is the understanding. The city defeated the beauty personified by its beauty. Another version has Jita Graham. This means it defeated the planets like the sun. The sun is beautiful, but sun's beauty is also defeated by Indrapuri's beauty. So like that. So this is the last verse of the heaven's description. As they were going closer and closer, coming close to above Indra's palace. Yamna vrajanti adharmishta
याम्ना व्रजन्ते धर्मिष्ठा
khala bhuta druha shatha
फलाभूतद्रुहा शठा
manina kamino lubdha
मानिना कामिनो लुब्धा
ebirhina vrajanti yet.
एभिर्हीना व्रजन्ति यत्. No one who was sinful, envious, violent towards other living entities, cunning, falsely proud, lusty, or greedy could enter that city. The people who lived there were all devoid of all these faults.
Hmm. So on to this city, who can go and who cannot go? What kind of people do not have any permission to enter into this heaven? A list is given. No one who was sinful, those who are adharmishta, those are the followers of adharma, those who are envious. So adharmi and sta means envious. Kala means violent towards other living entities. Bhuta druha, cunning. Shata means falsely proud. Shata manina, so they are falsely proud. Lusty are greedy. Kamino and Lubda, Lobi and Kami, all these people, uh, no one who was with all these things could enter the city. That means all these people will never enter the city. Those who are sinful, those who are envious, those who are violent, those who are cunning, those who are falsely proud, those who are lusty or greedy, they could never ever enter the heaven. The people who lived there were all devoid of these faults. Those who are living in the heaven, they are free of all these faults. Only those who are free of all these faults can think of going to heaven. Otherwise, one cannot go to heaven. That is the understanding. So now, as Bali came close quarters of Indra, till now all the citizens of the heaven were mentioned. The main person is Indra. So what will be the response of Indra seeing Bali is mentioned in this section. Tam devadanim stavarutini prati patir
देवदानीं सवरूथिनि पति
pahi samantadrurude prutanyaya
बहिर्समन्दाद्रुरुधे पृतन्नया
acharya dattam jalajam mahaswanam
आचार्य दत्तं जलजं महास्वनम्
dadmao prayunjan vayamindrayoshitam
दद्मौ प्रयुञ्जन्वयमिन्द्रयोषिताम्. Bali Maharaj, who was the commander of numberless soldiers, gathered his soldiers outside this abode of Indra and attacked it from all directions. He sounded the conch shell given him by his spiritual master Shukracharya, thus creating a fearful situation for the women protected by Indra.
So Bali Maharaja, the leader of the army, surrounded this abode of Indra on all sides with his troops. He created fear in the women of the city by loudly blowing the conch given by Shukracharya. Till now, Bali Maharaja was silently entering into the heaven. After entering that, he told his soldiers to circumambulate the entire city, cover the entire city. As they covered, he began to blow the conch shell, which Shukracharya gave him, which would have produced lot of sound. Magavamstanna bipretya
Maghavanstam. Continue, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Maghavantam abhipretya
alehe paramamudyamam
valehe paramamudyamam
sarvadevaganopeto
sarvadeva ganah upetah
gurum etadvuvachah.
gurum etat uvachah. Seeing Bali Maharaja's indefatigable endeavor and understanding his motive, King Indra, along with the other demigods, approached his spiritual master, Brihaspati, and spoke as follows.
Seeing Bali's indefatigable endeavor, King Indra, along with the other devatas, approached his guru and spoke as follows. The devatas just looked at Bali from far distant as Bali was coming close quarters of the Indra's palace. From the top of the palace, Indra and other some of his close associates, they saw Bali. Just by looking at Bali, who was sitting on the wonderful chariot, newly chariot, and new and new Akshayaturis, etc., etc., Indra made an estimate. Now I cannot, what to speak of the entire heaven, Milky Way, they cannot fight and they cannot stand in front of Bali. So that's what they decided. They immediately approached their guru, Brihaspati, and they are going to speak to Brihaspati. Bhagavan Udyamo Bhuyan
Bhagavanudhyamo bhuyan
Balerna Purvavairinam
balerna purvavairina
Avishayam Imam Manye
avishayamimam manye
Kenasit Tejasorjitaha
Kenasi tejasorjita. My lord, our old enemy Bali Maharaj now has new enthusiasm, and he has obtained such astonishing power that we think that perhaps we cannot resist his prowess.
Hmm. Here Indra is speaking to Brahaspati. He says that, oh, Bhagavan, the effect of our enemy Bali Maharaja is stronger. I think that we cannot resist his strength. How did he attain such power? Indra does not have any clue why Bali became so powerful, so confident. He is asking his Guru Brahaspati. Imam refers to Bali Maharaja's effort or his strength. How did he become so powerful? So, for which, uh, what was the answer? We'll see. Nainam kaschit kuto vapi
नैनं कश्चित् कुतो वापि
प्रतिव्योढुम adishwarah
प्रतिव्योढुमधीश्वर
piban iva muke nedam
पिबन्नेव मुखेनेदम्
lihan iva disho dasha
लिहन् एव दिशो दशा
dahan iva disho drugbi
दहन्निव दिशो दृग्भिः
संवर्ताग्निरिवोत्थितः
संवर्ताग्निरिवोत्थिता. No one anywhere can counteract this military arrangement of Bali's. It now appears that Bali is trying to drink up the entire universe with his mouth, lick up the 10 directions with his tongue, and raise fire in every direction with his eyes. Indeed, he has arisen like the annihilating fire known as Samvartaka.
Hmm. Indra is saying that just by looking at in Bali and his army, Indra is saying, no one anywhere can counteract Bali, since he seemed to be devouring the universe with his mouth, licking it up, and burning all directions with his glance. It is as if the fire of final destruction has arisen. Because his army is so much, his personality is also so confident, and his glance is also very much fear invoking. So in that way, basically, he and his entire army appears to be swallowing or burning the entire heaven. That's how powerful he was looking at. Pratibodum means to counteract with troops. This is because he seemed to be devouring the entire universe. Bruhi
Hare Krishna.
karanametasya.
ब्रूहि कारणमेतस्य
Sorry. Bruhi karanametasya.
ब्रूहि कारणमेतस्य
Dhurdarasta durdarsha tavasya madripo.
दुर्धर्षस्त्वस्य मद्रिपो
ओजासहो बलं तेजो
ओजहासहो बलं तेजो
यत एतत्समुद्यमः.
यत एतत्समुद्यमः. Kindly inform me what is the cause of Bali Maharaj's strength, endeavor, influence, and victory. How has he become so enthusiastic?
He's simply asking
Sorry,
that why.
Prabhuji, I'm just leaving the conference. Some guests have come. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So he's simply inquiring how, by what reason, Bali became so powerful. What is the reason? Like that he's asking. Kindly tell me the cause by which the enemy has power of the senses, mind, and body, which produces intolerable enthusiasm. You are so confident, so enthusiastic. Why? Why? ऐसे कैसे हो गया? So what is the reason? Tell me the cause by which he has the strength of the senses, mind, and body, from which he had become so enthusiastic. So that was his inquiry. Now, Bruhaspati will respond. Sri Guru Ruvacha
Shri
Janami Magavan Chatror
Janami Maghavan Chatro
Unnaterasya Karanam
Unnaterasya Karanam
Shishyo Shishayopabrutam Tejo
Shishayopabhrutam Tejo
Drugube Brahmavadibhi.
Bhrugubhi Brahmavadibhi. Brihaspati, the spiritual master of the demigods, said, O Indra, I know the cause of your enemies becoming so powerful. The Brahmana descendants of Bhrigu Muni, being pleased by Bali Maharaj, their disciple, endowed him with such extraordinary power.
Hmm. Bruhaspati is telling the reason why Bali Maharaj became so confident and so powerful. O Indra, I know the cause for your enemies becoming so powerful. The Brahmana descendants of Bhrigu endowed their student with their power. It is not Bali's power, instead, it is power of the descendants of Bhrigu Muni. Shukracharya and his associates, they bestowed him special mercy upon Bali. As a result of that, he became so powerful. So, they are indicating that. Don't think that only Bhrigu's descendants can have this power. Even we have the same power. The Brahmanas gave an exchange. Sorry, the Brahmanas gave as an exchange their own powers to Bali Maharaja, who had offered to them everything out of extreme devotion and faith. Thus, it was their power, not Bali Maharaja's power. Therefore, it is difficult for you to counteract it. If it was Bali's power, because it is Brahmanas who performed Vishwajit Yajna, as a result of that, Bali got all these things. It is by Brahmana's strength and power, Bali got all these things. It is not Bali's strength, instead, it is the strength of the Brahmanas. So, by telling that, the Brahmanas bestowed upon Bali because Bali surrender upon the Brahmanas. Same way, we are not less powerful than them. If we become pleased with your devotion and faith, you will become immediately full of our powers and will be able to defeat him. This hint is given by the verse. They did not say this directly. So the Brahmanas, the Bhrigu descendants had this power. They made Bali as so powerful. And we are also no less than Bhrigu descendants. We also have the powers. But we can only bestow those powers when we are pleased with you. Shall I go out and fight with him or not? This is what Indra is asking the Bruhaspati. Then Bruhaspati will answer in the next two verses. Even though Bruhaspati is giving a hint, if you please us, we can bestow you the same powers. So Indra could have done something for it, but instead he is asking for whether I can fight or not. Whether should I fight now or not. So in that way. For which our Bruhaspati is responding. Ojasvinam balim jetum na samhartosti kaschana. Sorry. Ojasvinam balim jetum
Ojasvinam balim jetum
na samhartosti kaschana.
nasamhartosti kaschana
Bhavadvido bhavan vapi
bhavadvido bhavan vapi
prajayitveshwaram harim
vajariteshwaram harim
vijeshyati na kopyenam
vijeshyati na kopyenam
brahma teja sameditam
brahma teja sameditam
nasya shaktah purastatum
nasya shaktah purastatum
कृष्णान्तस्य यथा जना
Kritantasya yatha jana. Neither you nor your men can conquer the most powerful Bali. Indeed, no one but the Supreme Personality of Godhead can conquer him, for he is now equipped with the supreme spiritual power, Brahma Tejas. As no one can stand before Yamraj, no one can now stand before Bali Maharaj.
Brugumni very clearly tells, simple words. Neither you nor anyone like you can conquer the most powerful Bali. Indeed, no one but the Supreme Lord can conquer him, for he is now equipped with the power of the Brahmanas. Just as no one can stand before Yamaraja, no one can stand before Bali now. So please give me a mantra to counter the situation. Then Indra asks, so you are also a Brahmana, you are also powerful, you can also give me a mantra by which I can counteract Bali. For which Bhrugumuni says, Tasman nilayam ustrujya
Hare
Tasmanilayam
Krishna.
utsrujya
यूयं सर्वे त्रिविष्टपम्
यूयं सर्वे त्रिविष्टपम्
यातकालं प्रतीक्षन्तो
यातकालं प्रतीक्षन्तो
यातः शत्रोर्विपर्ययः.
यतः शत्रोर्विपर्ययः. Therefore, waiting until the situation of your enemies is reversed, you should all leave this heavenly planet and go elsewhere, where you will not be seen.
He's telling that there is no mantra to defeat him. The best course is waiting until the situation of your enemy is reversed. You should all leave Swarga and go to a place where you will not be seen. Says no way, no mantra काम करेगा. Nothing, no other you hope is there. As long as the Brahmanas are continue to bless Bali, other than the Supreme Lord, no one can defeat him. Only when the Brahmanas are displeased with Bali, then one can defeat Bali easily. Till then, one need to wait. That is the only hope. Till then, hide yourself. If you are seen by Bali, he will severely punish you because he was very angry since Samudra. Wait for the time by which the defeat of the enemy will be possible. So the Brahaspati is now only indicating that only when the Brahmanas become displeased with Bali, then he will be defeated. That is what happened because of Vamandev. Vamandev created a situation such a way that Bali would say no to Shukracharya, and Shukracharya will curse him that you lose everything. Then he lost everything. So in that way. So then he will ask, when and how will Bali be defeated? So you are telling that when the situation should be reversed, that time Bali will be defeated. Oh, kab hoga? Kitna din? How many days we need to hide ourselves? That's how he's asking. Esha vipra balodarka
एष विप्रबलोदर्का
samprati urjita vikramaha
सम्प्रत्यूर्जितविक्रमा
tesham evapamanena
तेषामेवापमानेन
sanubaddo vinangshati.
सानुबन्धो विनङ्क्षति. Bali Maharaj was now become extremely powerful because of the benedictions given him by the Brahmanas. But when he later insults the Brahmanas, he will be vanquished along with his friends and assistants.
Hmm. When Brahmanas become displeased with Bali, when I will be able to defeat like that, he was asking. Then Bruhaspati says, Brahmanas had become powerful at this moment. When he later insults the Brahmanas, when he does not follow the instructions of the Brahmanas, he will be vanquished along with his assistants. So insulting Brahmanas means not following the instruction that he did. He wanted to give charity to Vamana. Shukracharya said no, but still he gave charity. That is an insult to a Brahmana, not following him. That time only it will happen. Udarka means the final result, according to Amarkosha. When he offends the Brahmanas, he will be vanquished. This is the normal viewpoint. However, because he had devotion to Lord Vishnu, though he offended the Brahmanas, he obtained enjoyment greater than Swarga because he attained Sutala with Lord Vishnu as his doorkeeper. And in a future Manvantara, he would attain the position of Indra. From externally point of view, he might be defeated, but internally, because he is a devotee of Lord Vishnu, his devotion will manifest eventually. He will not be defeated. He will attain greater wealth and same position as Indra in the next Manvantara. So that's how it is hinted here. एवं सुमन्त्रितार्तास्ते
एवं सुमन्त्रितार्थास्ते
गुरुणार्तानुदर्शना
गुरुनार्थानुदर्शिना
और
हित्वा त्रिविष्टपं जग्मुगीवार्णः कामरूपिणः. Sorry, Prabhuji, couldn't hear you.
निर्वाणा कामरूप
गीर्वाणाः कामरूपिणः. Sukdev Goswami continued, the demigods, being thus advised by Brihaspati for their benefit, immediately accepted his words. Assuming forms according to their desires, they left the heavenly kingdom and scattered without being observed by the demons.
The Devatas, being thus advised by Brihaspati, who saw the truth, assumed forms according to their desire and left Swarga. They did not live just like that. They took the forms of other species, some birds, some animals, this, that, and slowly, they escaped from Swarga because the entire Swarga is covered by the army of the soldiers of Bali Maharaj. So they did not want to be noticed by the Bali and other asuras. So they disguised themselves as different animals and slowly they slept away from the heaven. So in that way, slowly. So then what happened? Deveshu ata nilineshu
देवेष्वतानिलीनेषु
balir vairochana purim
बलिवेरोचनापुरीं
devadanim adhishtaya
देवदानीम् अधिष्ठाय
vasham ninye jagatrayam.
वशं निन्ने जगत्त्रयम्. When the demigods had disappeared, Bali Maharaj, the son of Virochana, entered the heavenly kingdom, and from there he brought the three worlds under his control.
When the Devatas had disappeared, Bali, the son of Virochana, entered the heavenly kingdom and from there he brought the three worlds under his control. Basically, he defeated Indra, he occupied Swarga, and eventually also occupied Bhuloka, Bhurloka. That entire world came under his supervision or under his control. So that is the understanding. Without fight, easily, he caught everything. You don't have to fight as a result of that yajna. Tam Vishwajaniyam Shishyam.
Prabhuji, one question.
Ah,
Can I?
yes,
Prabhuji,
Mataji.
like you mentioned that here, Bali Maharaj later he will insult the Brahmana and then he will lose everything. But then he had the devotion to Lord Vaman Dev, and so he got a greater kingdom. But like last time it was discussed, slightly I remember that Bali Maharaj could have also, if he has that devotion to Vamana, he could have thought of asking for going back home, back to Godhead, but still probably he had that desire to enjoy the Swarga Loka, and so he was given that specific Loka. So this is slightly difficult to understand that here we are saying that he is going to insult the Brahmana, but still he is getting that Loka. So
See, he is devotional qualities will manifest only when Lord Vamana comes. Until then, he was as usual, like any other asura. But however, since he is a descendant of Bali Maharaj and Virochana and Prahlad Maharaj, he had some respect for Brahmanas and Brahman respect for guests. That is there. But right now, you see, you just listen to the next 2-3 verses. He was saved by Shukracharya, and he was serving Shukracharya, accepting Shukracharya as Guru. So Shukracharya was so pleased. Shukracharya might have asked, please tell me what do you want? He might have said that I want to defeat Indra. Then Shukracharya conducted Vishwayuddha Yajna. Now he is going on defeating. Few verses later, we'll see that Indra will perform, not Indra, Bali will perform 100 yajnas. Now he has become Indra in one sense. He is sitting on the throne of Indra, so he has become Indra. But one without performing 100 yajnas cannot continue as Indra for a long time. Okay, somehow you got higher power, you defeated Indra and you are sitting on the throne. That may be small time duration only. It may not last long. If it has to last long, it has to continue for the entire day, entire Manvantara. One need to perform 100 aswamedha yajnas. So though he simply performing 100 aswamedha yajnas indicates that he had the desire to remain as Indra till the end of the Manvantara. The desire is there. So during the 100th yajna, Lord Vamana will come. By seeing Lord Vamana, his bhakti will become manifest. Until then, he is not a bhakta. He was only a leader of the asuras. He was an ambitious person. Toward the Brahmanas, he was generous. बस उतना ही. His bhakti only manifests by seeing Lord Vamana as a dwarf Brahmana. That too because he is a descendant of Prahlad Maharaj. Otherwise, that bhakti would not have manifested. So, like that, we have to understand.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you so much.
But since he wanted to become Indra, he was performing 100 yajnas. Lord said, don't worry, you want to become Indra? You become Indra in the next Manvantara, not this Manvantara. Until then, just to be pacified, be satisfied, I'll give you a palace which will have more opulence than that of Amaravati. So that you don't have to compare with Indra. And the next Manvantara, you can become Indra for one Manvantara, then you come back to spiritual world. Lord might have given one opportunity, come to spiritual world. So even Bali might have said that, okay, take me. But sometime back, he had a special ambition to become Indra. That desire has to be fulfilled. So for that reason, he has to be made as Indra. So like that we have to understand.
Thank you, sir.
Tam Vishwajaniyam Shishyam
Tam Vishwajaniyam Shishyam
Bhrugava Shishyavastala
Bhugavah Shishyavatsala
Shatena Hayamedanam
Shatena Hayamedhanam
Anuvratam Ayajayan.
Anuvratam Ayajayan. The Brahmana descendants of Dhruvu, being very pleased with their disciple who had conquered the entire universe, now engaged him in performing 100 Ashwamedh sacrifices.
So since Bali conquered Indra, Bali also conquered everyone without even fighting. His entire universe is under his control. So, but in order to keep this control for a long, long time, he had to perform 100 Ashwamedha yajnas. Without performing 100 Ashwamedha yajnas, one cannot continue as Indra. Temporarily, one may sit on the throne of Indra, but eventually the time will remove him. But if he had to continue for the long time, one need to perform 100 Ashwamedha yajnas. Then the Brahmanas immediately started performing one after the other. So anyway, you are sitting on the throne of Indra. If you do 100, you are qualified to sit on the throne of Indra for the entire Manvantara. So they like that. They engaged him in sacrifices to make his position as Indra strong and long lasting. So that was the reason. Then what happened? Tatastad anubhavena
ततस्तद् अनुभावेन
भुवनत्रय विश्रुताम्
भुवनत्रयविश्रुताम्
कीर्तिं दिक्षु वितन्वाना
कीर्तिं दिक्षु वितन्वानः
सरेजु उडुराडिवा.
सरेज उडुराडिव. When Bali Maharaj performed these sacrifices, he gained a great reputation in all directions throughout the three worlds. Thus he shone in his position like the brilliant moon in the sky.
As Bali was performing one after the other, Ashwamedha Yajna after Ashwamedha Yajna, so by such continuous performance of yajnas, he gained a reputation in all directions, spreading throughout the three worlds. Thus he shone in his position like the moon. As one by one increasing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, like that, as their number is increasing, his glories were spreading all over the universe. His beauty was increasing like anything, like the moon, full moon, etc. Then even 100th yajna started. Bubuje cha shriyam sruddham.
बुभुजे च श्रियं स्वृद्धाम्
द्विजादेवोपलम्बिताम्
द्विजदेवोपलम्भिताम्
कृताकृत्यम् इवात्मानम्
कृतकृत्यम् इवात्मानं
मन्यमानो महात्मना.
मन्यमानो महामनः. Because of the favor of the Brahmanas, the great soul Bali Maharaj, thinking himself very satisfied, became very opulent and prosperous and began to enjoy the kingdom.
As yajna after yajna is getting performed, his prosperity is also increasing unlimitedly. The great soul, thinking himself successful, enjoyed the wealth and prosperity of the kingdom obtained through Brahmanas' mercy. Vijadeva means the Brahmanas. So as the number of yajnas are increasing, his prosperity increased, his fame increased, his name increased, everything is increased, influence increased. So he became so happy that he felt that I am successful. And very soon, 99 I completed, 100th one if I complete, I'll continue as Indra till the end of the Manvantara. That was his understanding. So this is how this chapter ends. In the next chapter, we'll see that because in order to perform 99 yajnas, so much time might have passed. For so long, Indra and other devatas are wandering, shelterless, foodless, no other things, etc. etc. And Devata's mother, Aditi, becomes so concerned and she offers some prayers, some vratas unto Supreme Lord. So what happens after that? We will see in our next class from next chapter onwards. Hare Krishna. So these are for today. Now it is about 8 o'clock, about to be 8 o'clock. Any questions from any other devotees? Hare Krishna. Any questions?
No, no, Prabhuji, just one thing I felt.
Hmm.
I was just thinking that the description of the heavenly kingdom
Hmm.
is so opulent, but in third canto, somewhere spiritual kingdom was also described, like when
Yes, yes. Vaikuntha
the
was
four.
described in chapter 15.
Yeah, but it wasn't as opulent heard like that, you know. That's what I feel, or probably I'm forgetting it. I don't know.
No, here heaven we are seeing so many places. The description of the place are there. In the
Hmm.
Vaikuntha, there is only one description, only one Vimana. One verse talks about the Vimana. Otherwise, all
Huh.
about the plants. There, the mood is described. What is the mood of the people there in Vaikuntha?
Hmm.
Service.
Okay.
Here,
Okay.
opulence are described because here the mood of the people will be enjoyment.
Yeah.
That's why opulence of the places are described. So in that way.
Oh, that's how. So, based on the
Even
mood,
the
it was.
spiritual world, even opulence are there, no one is caring for them. No one is interested in the opulences
Yeah,
because their
yeah.
mood is always to serve the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no point in describing them in spiritual world. So in that way.
Actually, just one more thing. This pastime is happening in the which kalpa of Brahma? You're saying seventh one, right?
No. This kalpa is this kalpa only. Just seventh manvantara just started.
Sorry, Manvantara.
Hmm.
And when we talk about Madhvacharya is going to be the next Indra, that's what we have heard. So that will happen when?
No. Bali Maharaj is going to be the next Indra.
Then what is Madhvacharya
But
becoming?
Madhvacharya is not becoming anything. Why Madhvacharya would become something?
I have heard something like that.
It is not
Madhvacharya.
Madhvacharya, it is Vayu. Vayu becoming the next Brahma.
Acha, Vayu is becoming next.
Vayu who became Hanumanji, Bhima and Madhvacharya, he becomes the next Brahma.
Oh, they're becoming Brahma. Oh.
Hmm.
Okay. And Bali is going to be the next Indra, right?
Yeah. For the 8th Manvantara, he will be Indra. Because 7th Manvantara already Purandara was chosen as Indra. That's how Lord
Mm-hmm.
settled the matter.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Very much.
Hare Krishna. Other devotees, any comments or any questions? Okay. If there are no comments or no questions, so thank you very much. We'll stop here for today and we'll continue in our next meeting. Till then, Hare Krishna. ग्रंथरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय. हरे कृष्ण.
Okay.